Hey, sorry I'm a few minutes late. I had to go make a run at the to the grocery store just a second down from our house. And as always, I'm pulling off the messy bun, so just ignore me. So I know last Sensational Sunday was a little short. I was like glued to bed because that's before I knew that we were pregnant. So I thought I just had this miserable stomach virus, which turns out I do not. So now that I kind of know how to take care of myself and, help myself feel better throughout the day, I am feeling a lot better. I'm just very tired all the time. So that's just an update from me. So Sensational Sunday is something that I just started. This is the 3rd week, and I wanted to do a bi-weekly live training because I know sometimes, sometimes whenever you join Scentsy, it's really overwhelming, and you can't possibly get all the information that you need in one sitting and remember it all and take in all of that. So, hi, Brooke. Can't wait to do your wedding video. I updated my Facebook app, so these new little buttons on my screen I don't know what they are. So I wanted to kind of start making the Sensational Sunday trainings kind of like the building blocks of your Scentsy business. Maybe some things that sometimes if you've been around for a while, you might need to fall back on, just to kind of like refresh your memory, or if you're brand new, just something to kind of get you started. And so this week is Parties 101 because with Scentsy is a party business. So what that means is we like to promote parties to be hosted from our customers, because in that way the customer gets to rack up on free and half price rewards while doing a really fun party, while you get the PRV, which is, that's what you get paid off of, while also meeting new customers, making new friendships, relationships, maybe finding your next host or your next team member or your next best customer. Parties are just really something that's really, it's not just a benefit in your Scentsy business. It's really crucial to have in your Scentsy business. Hey, Stacy, I have your room sprays, and I will be making a run out later if you want to meet me. So with Scentsy, I didn't know what doing a party meant whenever I had first joined. I didn't really know anything about Scentsy or direct sales or I didn't know what anything was whenever I joined. And then whenever I kind of started like really enjoying doing Scentsy and watching my YouTube videos and training myself, I learned that the people who have been out there doing Scentsy for 2, 3, 5, 10 years, they're living off parties. It's just something that you can't really do Scentsy long term without, because there's so many business benefits from doing parties and finding people to host parties with you. So what I mean by that is like what I just mentioned about how it's the easiest way to meet new people. If you were from a small town like me, that's probably one of the fears that you have, and that's some fear that I always have. I'm never completely just, confident and, just kind of set in stone with my ways. I'm always looking for new ways to meet new people. I'm always looking for new hosts, new customers, new recruits. I'm always on the lookout for that, because I am from a small town, and I know that can be a big, huge fear, but there are so many ways these days in 2018 to branch out of that small town, including the internet, which is very, very, very important. So with parties, Scentsy is a party-based business, so that means that we really treat our host very, very, very well. Whenever you reach a party of 200 PRV or 200 host space, that's whenever the free and the half price rewards kick in, and then you also get that perpetual party reward, which is just an extra half off item. And so just like Scentsy spools the consultants, we really spool the hostesses, and it's fun, you know, like having people host parties is fun. They get, you know, they get their stuff free and half price. You get your, you know, you get your rewards, yada, yada, yada. So I guess we can I'll start and kind of give some tips about home parties. Home parties is pretty much what started indirect sales. It's the actual home party, like having a party in your house or the consultant's house, or maybe at a church, or maybe just renting a spot, having a party at Panera, something like that. Having a party anywhere where you're actually in person. You get to you get to hang out with a host and their friends in person, and you know, it's something that might last like an hour or two, just something that's really fun, actually hosting a party. So during that party, you know, the host has the friends over and they get to try the products and place orders, and then the host ends up collecting all those orders and, you know, getting the order free or half price. So I think home parties are magical. I don't know this new app. I'm sorry. Things keep popping up and I don't know what it means. So I think home parties, if you can do home parties, they are something that are amazing. Because with Scentsy, what do we have? We have scents, we have catalogs, we have actual products, we have warmers. We have a lot of stuff that people want to be able to smell before they order, just because they don't want to order something they're not going to like, or something might smell completely different than what they imagined. Or warmers, you know, warmers might look different in the catalog than they do actually in person. It's easier to talk one-on-one and ask questions whenever they actually have the consultant right in front of them. So with that home party, you're able to take your testers that you get in your starter kit, take all those testers with you, take your catalogs, take brochures, take samples so they can go home. I mean, you can make sample bags, you can play games. Games are a lot of fun. They really break the ice, especially if you're nervous. So, I mean, having little goodie bags, you know, really treating the guest well. And while you're doing all this and, you know, they're having fun, they're also probably thinking in the back of their mind that, you know, like, oh, this is a lot of fun, like maybe I could do this. They might be your next host, or they might be your next recruit and see you doing Scentsy and loving it and see how much they love the products, and they might want to join and do the same thing that you're doing. So it's just, home parties are really just great for that one-on-one contact. You know, the way we live now, it's like I do most of my business from my cell phone or my computer. It's just how, you know, it's just how life is. We just all live in different areas of the country. We all have schedules and families and just really, really busy lives. And so home parties are just, you know, that hour or two in your day where you actually get to hang out with your customers instead of just always messaging them on Facebook or talking to them on the phone or Snapchat or something like that. The best thing about that is whenever you have your testers, if they can smell it, you will sell it. Because a lot of people, even people who are still like really iffy about Scentsy, they maybe just don't see the point in ordering through a consultant. They think it's more beneficial to order or go to Walmart and just pick one up. They probably haven't smelled it. That is something that's a huge, huge seller point whenever they actually smell the products and smell our the pegboard. Brandon made it. My husband made it. Got all the stuff from Lowe's, and if you'd message me, I'm sure I could ask him to give me a list of all the stuff. He just made it in a day. It was really easy, and we bought the hooks that the car bars are hanging on at Lowe's too. I love it. I love it a lot. Where was I at? Sorry, I have to take the spin of a squirrel. But whenever you smell a Scentsy bar, that the baked apple pie from Scentsy and then a baked apple pie from Walmart, you can smell how authentic Scentsy's baked apple pie is versus the really waxy, just very artificial smell that comes from a bar that's from Walmart or Dollar General or Target or something like that. You know how amazing Scentsy wax is. You know how amazing it smells and how it performs. So whenever you get those testers in front of their faces and they can actually smell them, they're gonna fall in love with it. So I mean, they're gonna fall in love with it. Another big thing is that, another fun thing that you could do with home parties is the games. There is so many different games. There are so many different games that you can look on, or you can watch videos on YouTube. That's how I learned a lot of my stuff, is just watching YouTube videos from like Katie Farner and Christina Stanbrook. And there's so many great beneficial videos on YouTube uploaded by our amazing Scentsy sisters and brothers. So that's, you know, games are just really, really fun, and having like a gift bag to go home with is just another thing that kind of like, it's networking. So whenever you are at a home party, it's a really, really easy way to make those relationships and hopefully book more parties from. Whenever I do parties, I'll always let everybody know that if there is any kind of party booked from that hostess's party, then that host of that day is going to get a free gift. So sometimes their friends and family are more inclined to book a party, so then they actually get the gift too. And then whenever that person's party comes up, the same thing. So they're going to want their friends and family to book parties for them, so then they can get extra free gifts and stuff like that. So that's just a little bit on home parties. My next biggest thing is my Taupe Parties. I don't have any on me right now, but what a Taupe Party is, it's kind of like a catalog party, if you have heard of a direct sales catalog party. Whenever I had joined, I didn't know what a catalog party was. Obviously, I learned this. But catalog party is kind of like whenever you give a customer a few catalogs and order forms and maybe a few samples and some flyers and stuff, and they go around to their friends and family. You know, they show them the catalog, they place the orders, they collect the money, and that's how they do the order, instead of having like a home party, because sometimes maybe people just don't have a place to have a home party, or maybe people just have really busy schedules, or maybe they can't find a day that works for all of their friends to actually have an in-home party. So a catalog party is a great way to do it on the go. So I like to do my Taupe Parties as my catalog parties, because I get the, they're in the Scentsy family store. They're the all-in-one tote. They're about this big. They open up. They have a huge, they have the whole side where it has like a clear plastic compartment where you put all like your testers and stuff like that, and then they have like so many different pockets for you to put like catalogs and order forms and flyers and samples. It's called like the Carry All-in-One Tote, something like that. There's like 4 different designs. They're really affordable. They're $20. It is a business expense. So I get those, and I call it a Taupe Party. It's an on-the-go way to party for people with busy schedules, so they can carry that tote bag around with them for 1 to 2 weeks. I always usually do 2 weeks, just because I know sometimes it's harder for people. I mean, maybe they just aren't going to see certain friends and family until like next week, or maybe somebody wants to wait until payday, because they do want to place an order, they just can't do it right away. But my Taupe Party has been my biggest hit, and in the Taupe Party I put a set of transition mini testers. So I don't put all of the testers. Like, this is the large bag of like huge testers that we have. I put the little mini testers, and I only put the transition kit, because the transition kit is like, right now our transition set testers are all of the spring and summer brand new and returning testers. So it's not going to include any classics like Blueberry Cheesecake or Sunkissed Citrus, because the classics, in the sense that have kind of been around for a while, they're easier to kind of read the description and know if you're going to like it or not. And I also put in like a tester room spray of a different scent that's not in the testers. So maybe I'll have the transition set of testers, and then I'll have like a room spray that's a tester, maybe of like Clothesline, just to kind of give you something that's not spring and summer, or, you know, fall and winter, whenever we go to fall and winter. So that transition kit is only $12, I want to say, from the family store. Also a business expense. If it's during the summer months, I just always ask them, please do not leave it in the car, because testers are made of wax, and testers will melt if put in heat, because our wax has a very, very low melting point. So with a Taupe Party, I think that it's been my biggest hit, because we're just all busy. You know, we just all have really busy lives. We all have families. We all have jobs. And sometimes it's easier to be able to carry the small, it's just a small little bag, you know, just carry it around with you. It's probably just the size of a lunchbox. And, you know, share it with your friends and family on your own time, on their own time. And then you never have to worry about, oh, you know, like nobody being able to actually make it to your home party. So with the Taupe Party, I also do set up they do get a party link, so they can actually send that party link around to anybody who wants to go ahead and order online from them, or if they have friends and family that are out of town, so they don't have to worry about that. Because, you know, anybody who would shop through the Taupe Party, since it's a local thing to me, everybody's going to get free shipping. So whenever that order comes into me, I'm going to bag up everything. I put it all back in the box, and I give it back to the host for her to, you know, he has the orders from her party. But they also do get a party link so that they can always have people order online throughout the 2 weeks that they have the party out. So I really do love the home party, or the Taupe Parties. I love them, and I love that Scentsy has made those bags now, because before Scentsy made the all-in-one tote, I was using the 31 lunch bag totes, the thermals, and those do work really well too. I actually still have 2 that I use just because I haven't bought all the ones from Scentsy yet, because I mean the totes are just nice, and but I love that Scentsy's making new designs in them. So I mean, they're just really pretty. And in my Taupe Parties, I always include a scent circle. And I write the word "keep me" in Sharpie on the scent, not on the scent circle, but like on the plastic outside wrapping of it. So that's just a little gift that they get just for having the party. They can go ahead and hang it up in their car, or they can give it to somebody else. You know, I always put a few samples in there. It's just something that's really fun, and a lot of people really like doing it. And then you always have your online party, which online parties can also always be just really, really tricky. They are something that I have not really mastered, which, I mean, I'm always learning, so I never want to say that I've mastered anything. But they're a little harder to kind of make your own, you know, form of, I feel like. It was something, at first I used to do Facebook events as my Facebook parties, and I would have, like, I'd do the thing where I post all in one day. Didn't really get that much engagement, I know, or really any engagement at all, because I know a lot of times with Facebook events, you don't see the notification. I get invited to stuff all the time on Facebook, and I have no idea that I'm even invited, because I didn't even see the notification until that day comes, and it's like, let so-and-so know that you're attending the event today. Well, I had no idea that I was invited in the first place. So I have kind of adapted to using Facebook groups. I do the same thing as I would do with my Taupe Parties. I keep a group open for 2 weeks. Like, I actually make a Facebook group, just kind of like our Facebook, our VIP groups if you have one, or the team group that we're actually in right now. So I make a Facebook group, and I put a cute banner on it, and it says Brianna Scentsy Party. I schedule all my posts in groups. That's one amazing thing about having Facebook groups. I know a lot of times people think that you have to post every single day, that you always have to be on your phone to make sure you're posting in your groups, whether it's your VIP or whether you do Facebook parties like I do. You don't, because there's this amazing feature with Facebook groups where you can actually schedule your posts. You can schedule posts like 2 weeks in advance, and then whenever that day comes, at that certain time that you set it, it's going to post it for you. That's something that is amazing and so much less stress than having to constantly be on your phone, constantly remember that you have to post, constantly just always having to be on Facebook. So just always make sure to schedule your post. So I will open up the group, I will make the cute banner, I will schedule my post for that next week. So I probably do about 3 to 4 a day. Obviously, the very first post, I introduce myself. I kind of give a short explanation of how this is going to work, about our hostess, and how you can order online, or if you're local to the host, yada, yada, yada. I always upload a picture of myself, so then people can see me and kind of relate to me. And then I kind of just go through the motion. It's kind of how, like, I would explain to somebody who hasn't ever used Scentsy before. I'd start with warmers, and then I go to wax, and then I start with diffusers, and then I go to oil, and then the Scentsy Go, and then the pods. Then I give a little brief description about the laundry, the cleaning products, the Scentsy car bars, the kids, the bundle and saves. So I will sit there maybe for an hour. I will sit there and I will schedule every single post for that week. So whenever I have all those posts scheduled, I have that hope that the party's running itself, and I'm not even on my phone 24/7 running it. So with that, at the end of every single post, I copy and paste and I put the party link, because a lot of times people don't know. They just might, if you put the party link in the very, very first post of a group or an event, then someone's going to have to scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll to try to find it. So I put the party link at the bottom of every single post that I have scheduled for that party group. And so it's just easy, just every single post. You know, if you check in a week after the postings have already started for that party, then you have that party link right there. I do it for about a week, but then I still keep the party group open for a week after that, and I might slowly maybe do one post a day, so then it's not like me posting 5 times a day for 2 weeks straight. That second week, it's more of me kind of just, you know, catching up with people, you know, contacting people, you know, if they've talked to me about placing an order, they just haven't done it yet. I'm really working with the hostess or the host to see if they have anybody that they've talked to in person, because most of my Facebook parties are hosts that are long distance from me, so they're not actually local. So I always, I mean, maybe I just haven't actually met them person to person. So I mean, I spent that last week just really communicating with my host, you know, making sure we have all this party, making sure we're ready to, you know, finish this party up. And then after we place the order, I go through and I delete the party group. So how I do that, one thing in my host coaching, whenever I let them know like how I'm going to make the party group, I'm going to make them admin, they're going to add their friends and family, I let them know that I usually recommend 30 to 60 people, because if you're on Facebook and you just randomly get added to a party group and you're 1 out of 400 people, do you really feel like you're that important? Like, do you really feel, I mean, just being honest, like, do you feel like they really are wanting you to attend if they are inviting 400 people? Or does it just kind of make you feel like they just want you to put your money in so that they can get some free stuff? So I only recommend 30 to 60 people, because that's enough, like, close friends and family. The people who aren't going to get upset about you adding them to the group, and the fact that that group is going to be deleted after 2 weeks of the party being open. So I recommend the 30 to 60, because whenever you have a party group, also whenever you have a Facebook group under like 200 members, I believe, you can see who keeps viewing the post. And so after that first week of me posting and posting and posting, if I see somebody has consistently been like viewing the post in the party group, I will send them a message and let them know, or ask them if they've ever tried Scentsy before, and hope that they've checked in with the party group and hope they've liked everything. And that's just another way for me to communicate and meet new people, like how I said earlier about partying and networking. And hopefully get some more orders for that host. So I don't leave it all up to the host. And whenever I see people continuously like viewing the post and everything, like, I reach out, and that's how I meet new people, because then you never know that might be your next host. The party that I'm actually about to close up right now, she met me through an online party from a previous host, and now she's doing a party for me. So maybe, hopefully, somebody from her party will host a future party for me too. And so on and so on and so on. And just meeting new people and getting them added to my VIP group, and really building that Scentsy family connection with them. So at the end of the party, after 2 weeks, you can delete the group. I would never recommend to leave it open, because we all are in 50 plus Facebook groups that we don't even know we're in. I know I am. I'm in so many groups. I've deleted myself out of groups I just don't know I'm in. But I mean, it happens. So you always want to make sure to really, I mean, just delete the groups. So that's just one less group that everybody is in. Whenever you remove all the members out of the group actually deletes itself. So, I mean, it takes like 10 minutes just to go through and actually remove everybody. But that's just the 3 biggest ways of partying that I know of. And if you haven't tuned in, I hope you catch this replay. I will also upload this video onto my YouTube channel. Our next Sensational Sunday will be next Sunday. So in 2 weeks, I believe that's the 29th. I want to say. Maybe. So I will see you then, and thank you to everybody who has watched, and I will talk to you later. Bye, guys. If I can press finish.